So today we are going to learn about achieving 10 times growth on our YouTube channel without having to quit your day job, which is exactly what Megan, our speaker today, has done. So you're going to learn all about how she's done that and a number of very practical tips so you can follow suit. I'm Sam. I am the host and the moderator for today's webinar. I have been doing these webinars with SafetyWing for the last few months, and today's actually our 9th webinar, which is amazing. We've brought in so many great speakers like Megan who are experts in a specific topic. We've had past speakers about podcasts, affiliate marketing, creating TikTok videos and short form content. And so please go to our YouTube channel where all of these have been recorded and you can watch the replays and get caught up on all the amazing speakers we've had. I'm Sam. I get to moderate these webinars, which is an amazing gig. And when I don't have the privilege of hosting these webinars and moderating these discussions, I have my own podcast and online community. It's called The Freedom Lifestyle. And similar to a lot of what Megan's vibe is about, is I help people achieve freedom over their schedule, their finances, and their location. So very excited to hear about Megan's journey as well. So Megan, not only is she a YouTube sensation and has been so successful at building a YouTube business, she's also the head of platform operations at SafetyWing. And so she does have her full-time job that she's been able to maintain while building this successful business. So for the last 5+ years, I think we all stopped counting after 5 years or so, right, Megan? She has been traveling the world, working from her laptop, running these businesses, and sharing all the secrets on her YouTube channel, which is called The Portable Professional. She shares practical tips, travel hacks, all in an effort to empower other creators to build their travel dreams into a reality. She has a YouTube mastermind exclusive community as well, where she helps people with YouTube side hustles turn this into a 6-figure business. So lots of great knowledge here for you today. You found the chat box, which is great. There's also a Q&A box, so a little bit different. This is where, as Megan's going through her presentation today, you might have a question, maybe something's not clear, maybe you want her to go deeper on something. This is the place to put it. And at the end of her presentation, I'm going to come back. I'll be monitoring all of your questions, and we'll do a bit of a fireside chat with Megan where she'll answer these questions for you. So please don't be shy there. If this is your first webinar with SafetyWing, this is the company that puts these on. So SafetyWing has a vision of building a global social safety net for remote workers and nomads. I'm guessing if you're attending an event like this, you're probably already working remotely in some capacity or, living that nomadic life in some capacity. And so SafetyWing is building a suite of products with all of us in mind, and has a mission of being your home country on the internet. And so our first product is what we are most known for, Nomad Insurance. And Nomad Insurance gives you affordable health and medical coverage when you're working anywhere outside of your home country. So medical coverage would be, maybe you have treatment costs while you're traveling, you had an accident, you fell sick while you were traveling, needed some type of medical assistance, supports you that way. And then travel insurance would be anything from travel delays, checked luggage that gets lost, any type of emergency responses. So it works just like a subscription. Every month you get automatic payments taken on your card, and so makes long-term travel a total breeze. That's just one of many products that SafetyWing is working on. So more to come there. On that note, Megan, I'm going to pass it over to you. And I see we had some more people here. Edward from Rio. Wow. Okay. I will share the results with the poll now.
Awesome.
It's a good mix.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we have 25% don't have a YouTube channel yet, 40% about 1,000 subs or less, and then 35% over 1,000 subscribers. Wow. Okay. Yes, so the content in this is going to be relevant for all of you, as long as you have some sort of interest in YouTube. And if you don't, you are probably in the wrong room. I don't know if it was a me or you thing, but there might have been some miscommunication there. But for this is perfect. I will, you can start putting in the chat if some of the stuff I say is a little bit too ahead of the game. I will be diving into things like the analytics and showing you screenshots from my own channel as well. But if you need any more explanation on those as I'm going through, just start putting it in the chat along with your questions that we'll save until the end. Okay. All right, so as Sam gave me that wonderful introduction there, thank you so much. That was great. You should do all of my introductions. I really appreciate Sam you for hosting this, and then also for all of you being here to learn about YouTube, which I think is the biggest opportunity for the everyday person in 2023. I won't go into too much of why, because you're all here because you see the value in YouTube as well. There's over 2 billion active users around the world. Truly everyone and their mother is on YouTube. It's a huge search engine. It has built-in monetization with AdSense, so you can start earning after just 1,000 subscribers. Long form video, with our attention spans getting shorter and shorter, being able to hold someone's attention where they can look at your face and see your eyes and see your hands, you're building so much trust, which can be used as such an asset in your business in the future, or even just the opportunity for yourself. It's posing yourself as an expert in a particular topic, building your portfolio, the opportunities that you have and the network you can build through YouTube is insane. And it's also pretty cool that pretty much anyone, anywhere in the world can do it. You can reach the entire world without having to go through a casting director or getting on TV. It's just a great opportunity that we didn't have a decade ago, maybe a little more than a decade ago at this point. In terms of how I actually got started, I graduated university with a business degree and immediately was thrown into a whirlwind of full-time global travel. I didn't even go to my university graduation because I was on a research project studying gorillas in Uganda, then got back from that and within a day was headed down to Brazil on a scholarship program where they chose 3 people to travel around the world to emerging markets like Brazil and China, India. We were all over the world for the summer and having big meetings with huge industry players. So in that first photo there, I'm at the Emirates headquarters, trying out their training zone before meeting with the head of Emirates sales. So it was meetings like that, back to back to back to back for months. This built my confidence, and I came back from the summer with a full-time remote job. I was a little bit naive. I had all this travel behind me, and I was like, oh, well, I work remotely, and I'm going into winter in Ottawa, Canada. And anyone that's in Canada right now, you know it's not the greatest place to be if you can work from anywhere. That's when I discovered the term digital nomad, and I started traveling solo to digital nomad hubs all over the world. This would be like Chiang Mai in Thailand, and just meeting as many people as I could and learning about this lifestyle. But then I got a lot of questions about how do you do this? You know, how do you have the money to travel all the time? My grandfather, I think to this day, still says like, when are you going to start working? It's just a different way that we can become so ingrained in that we see it as being more normal, and it's more normal now after the pandemic, but remote work was not so common back then. I also had very few female role models that were doing it. It was many women that were accompanying their partners, and their partners, the male in the relationship was often a developer, a tech worker of some sort that was remote, and their girlfriends were going with them, as opposed to women that were doing it on their own. Because of these questions and few role models, I just started uploading videos on how I was doing it and the places I was going back in 2019. This expanded into where we are now at the end of 2022, where I have a YouTube channel, Portable Professional, with travel tips and hacks. It has about 70,000 subscribers, 8 million views. It's earned me over $100,000 just this year alone. Endless opportunities. I feel like any opportunity I've had over the last 5 years has come through YouTube in some way. And then it also was even what led to me working at SafetyWing a few years ago, where I'm currently the head of platform operations. Originally, I joined because they needed some help with working with YouTube ambassadors, actually, many of the ambassadors that may be on this webinar today. But a lot happened between 2019 and 2022. And I think a lot of you will feel this if you are creators as well. If you, especially in the travel space, it felt kind of wrong to be promoting travel during the pandemic. I faced a lot of mental health issues and was just at such a point of burnout. I had no systems, no processes, and no workflow in place, yet was trying to do everything on YouTube while still working the full-time job and dealing with all this global uncertainty that the rest of the world was also dealing with. I was just trying to do everything with YouTube. I wasn't posting a video, I was posting a video, optimizing it, also on Patreon, also working with networks, also responding to every sponsorship email, doing all the things. I moved to Mexico at the beginning of this year. It was a bit of a new start coming out of the pandemic. I just wanted to be happy and I was going to quit YouTube altogether. But instead of doing that, I decided to stop doing all of the things and only focus on the key things that were going to matter the absolute most to grow the channel. And this is what happened. This is years of YouTube. This is the number one thing that I changed by cutting all the fat and how the channel exploded this year and brought the results that we have today. Consistency. I consistently posted a video every single Sunday this year, regardless of how shitty I thought the video was or how I didn't feel like filming or whatever. Every Sunday, a video was going out and it was all I did. I didn't optimize the videos. I didn't promote them. I just posted a video, which is also not easy and takes a lot of time. And you might be thinking, well, how am I even going to get the time to post a single video? Like, cool, but I work, I have a life outside of this. This is a side hustle, which is exactly why you're here today, to learn how you can actually skyrocket a YouTube channel and grow it without quitting your day job. And also how having a day job is actually going to be like the unique competitive advantage that you have over many other creators, because you're not so desperate for monetizing immediately. You have the income from your job, which can support you, and you can focus on what matters most, which is going to be consistently creating videos. The agenda for today, so you can set your expectations, I'm going to go through 3 different sections. The first one is going to be the 3 metrics that I found really influenced my content creation that I go into on YouTube Studio to check the analytics, and I go back to these day after day. Hacks for content creation. I legitimately cut my content creation time in more than half when I put a workflow and a few hacks and processes in place that, man, I wish I knew this when I was starting. It would save so much time and stress. I'll also cover my monetization strategy to how I earned over $100,000 from YouTube on the side this year, working maybe less than 10 hours a week on the YouTube channel, and also a full breakdown of my income. We have questions and answers saved until the very end. And then know that you can take screenshots, you can take notes, but you will get the recording of this video and all these slides afterwards. Please leave any of those questions for the end. And then we have 1 or 2 polls as we go along, so participate. It'll just make it more fun for all of us. Okay, there are many metrics, but the 3 that I find myself going back to would be the number of subscribers gained per video, not overall in total. The subscribers on a channel I actually think are just a vanity metric and quite meaningless. It's the views that matter. But subscribers per video, the average view duration per video, and then the retention per video. And I'll dive into each of these 3 and how I use them here. So if you haven't seen this before, this is YouTube Studio. It is the back end. It has such in-depth analytics. You can drill down to figure out exactly what a viewer of your video watched before your video and where they're coming from. And it's amazing. In terms of the subscribers per video, you'll see there's 2 columns here, subscribers and views. So often the subscribers gained per video has some correlation to the number of views. That just makes sense. But when you look at these, the ones that have some of the highest amount of subscribers gained are not necessarily the videos that have the highest number of views. You can see, so this one, this one, this one, Genius Flight Hacks, flying in 2022, when to buy cheap flights. So these are the type of topics that don't necessarily have the most views, but gain me the most number of subscribers. Like this one down here, that's crazy for only 28,000 views. Because these are your people. Videos will go viral. You can get lots of views, but these are the videos that made someone come onto your channel and say, hey, this is the content I want more of. I want to learn more from. This is the content that you need to be doubling down on. The next metric was the average view duration. So you can see it highlighted in the corner here. My average view duration was somewhere between 4 and 5 minutes for the majority of 2022. The screen that you're seeing here, by the way, is just for the month of June 2022. I just picked a random month for this. I was seeing that it was 4 minutes-ish, but all of my videos were between 8 and 10 minutes. This is the average time, though, someone is watching a video. This is the average attention span. This is the type of content that my audience wants to consume and the length of content. So what I ended up doing by knowing this metric is I cut all of my videos in half. I now make 5-minute videos, not 10-minute videos. This is so much easier for me. And the really cool thing is that my view duration stayed around 4.5 minutes, even though the videos are 5 minutes in length. So that the watch time percentage greatly increased, which is something that YouTube cares about. They want to see how long you can keep people on the platform. So I didn't hurt my watch time, but my videos are half the length because that's what my audience wanted. And I never would have known if I didn't look at the average view duration. And then the third metric is retention per video. This is a video that I posted a couple weeks ago. It has close to 250,000 views. It's doing very well. And this is a graph that shows viewers joining and exiting throughout the video. The dips are when they click off, and any of the rises are when they click back on, and then stable is where they just stay. You see this for every single video, and it is extremely helpful to see what type of segments you use that are not good. If you find huge drop-offs at the beginning, maybe you need to do something different with your intros to increase your retention. But what I found particularly interesting was noticing these troughs here, these little gaps, and leave in the comments if you think you know what happened here. I actually can't see the comments anymore, so I'm just gonna keep moving forward. So this was a sponsorship message. And when I go through all of my videos, anywhere where I have a sponsorship message, you see a dip like this. This is really hurting my retention. So some people came back, but not all of them. And it's just showing that this is not what my audience wants to see. So if I'm filling my videos with sponsored messages, I am very much so hurting my channel, even if it is earning me some money in the short term. So this is the retention per video, and it's going to help you in how you structure future videos as well. So quick recap: subs per video, average view duration, and retention, really focusing on those spikes and dips. Okay, my favorite part, onto video creation hacks. I mentioned that at the beginning of 2022, I felt burnt out. I had no process in place, and even just committing to one video a week and doing nothing else seemed extremely difficult. So I put together a process, and all 4 of these steps within the process are driven by the data and the analytics that we just went over. So idea generation, scripting, filming, publishing. This is essential for anyone that is starting a YouTube channel, and you will have to go through this flow. These are my core activities, which are supported by the pillars of having a schedule. So that weekly schedule, every Sunday a video goes out no matter what. And then I have batching, where I will batch idea generation for 2 hours on one day, scripting for 2 hours on another day, and so on. Filming, I'll film multiple videos all at one time. Batching has saved my life. And it's going to save yours too if you intend to continue working full-time and have limited time to work on the creation process. Once you get in a flow with one thing, it's so great to just stay on it. And then at the bottom there, accountability. Sam mentioned my YouTube mastermind. So just meeting up once a week or bi-weekly with a group of other YouTubers, all in different parts, all doing different niches as well, but holding each other accountable, talking about our growth. It's extremely motivating. And that's what helped me post a video every single Sunday. But I'll share more at the end with how you could get involved in a YouTube mastermind as well. Okay, so idea generation. The worst thing ever is opening your laptop, knowing you have to get a video out and having no ideas. The best thing you can do is just to get a running list if you don't already have one, with the notes folder, the notes application on your phone. And every time you come across an idea, just write it down. I do this, and then on a weekly basis, I put them into Notion, where I have a massive list of ideas that I can always just go back to and pull from. When it comes to choosing the video for the week or the next one that I'll work on, I'll go back again to my analytics. I'll see what content of mine is trending right now, because those topics could be in demand. And then I will also check and see which ones were gaining me the most subscribers from that subscribers per video metric. To find ideas, you can use the YouTube search bar. You can use your comment section. If you don't have your own comment section, go on competitor YouTuber channels and then go through their comments and see what questions they're getting, because that could be an underserved market of unanswered questions. My very best viral video idea hack is to find a video within my niche that is performing very well, but from a very small YouTube channel. So the best ideas I've ever had have been when I've come across a video idea that has 20,000 views on it. Then I go on their channel and they've got like 100 subscribers. So this video took off. And then if I can jump on it, not copying it, but something around the same topic, those are my videos that take off. And that is the #1 way that I've come up with viral videos, including that one that recently got 250,000 views. Next is scripting. I batch everything and I have a video template. I'm not reinventing the wheel every single time that I am going to make a new video. I know exactly the things that I need to cover. I always come up with the title and the thumbnail concept first, so I can actually build it into the video script and it's not going to be clickbait. I ask a question. It always increases engagement more than I thought it would. And when you give someone specific, like leave yes, dress up in the comments. If you dress up for flights, I get all these, yes, dress up, yes, dress up, yes, dress up. It's crazy. So if you tell people what to comment to, they want to participate, but you don't always know what to say. Any affiliates, call outs, I'll write a community post, and then I have my intro, body, conclusion, and I will also turn my video into a short. It's much easier to film a 30-second short of your content or of multiple pieces of your content while you are filming the full video to upload it as original content later. And shorts, if you're not doing them, do them. This is not just advice from me, but this is advice from many of the biggest YouTubers, the conferences that have gone on this year. They're going to blow up next year, and they're also monetized as of February. You'll also see I have intro and I have body. I did it as a typo on my very first time. And I left it because I go back whenever I go to write the script out and remind myself to not take myself so seriously. This is fun. Yeah, so I see that and I always just smile a little bit before I start my scripting. Filming. Okay, there's a poll for you that Sam is going to initiate here. It's how confident do you feel speaking to a camera? Your options are very confident. It's easy, somewhat confident, I can do it, or I'm terrified. Okay. Man, you guys are pretty evenly split. Okay. Well, for me, I'm probably in the somewhat confident I can do it category. And that's after all of the filming that I've done. There's something about having a massive script and the pressure that, oh, I have to get a video done in this short amount of time because this is the only time I have. You know, like I'm working tomorrow morning, or I still use daylight and this is the last daylight that I have. And I just always feel overwhelmed. The camera comes on and I'm like, oof, yikes. And it ends up taking me forever. So this is my #1 filming hack. And if there's one thing, again, I wish I knew 3 years ago, this is the thing I wish I knew 3 years ago. You do not need to memorize 5 to 10 minutes of content and perfectly execute that to a camera when you are filming. What you see here is my script for that same video that went viral a couple of weeks ago. Everything that is in blue, I am reading word for word off of the screen. My laptop is on my lap, my camera is in front of me, and all I have to know is to kick things off, many passengers, blah, 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 blah. And I say that first part in bold to the camera, and then I look down. The 4 S's stand for secondary security screening, and I just read it off. And then I have my editor cover that over with stock images, stock video mostly. I've been using stock videos since the inception of the YouTube channel, and it helps to break things up. So you are not just staring at my face the entire 5 minutes. It's boring. It's better to show than to just tell. So I was using the stock anyway, yet I felt like I needed to spend 3 hours filming and say every single line to the camera with a smile and so much zest. So if you don't need to do that, don't do it. Yeah, my scripts are full of blue. It's probably half and half. And just knowing that I only have to say half of it, it makes the intimidation factor of getting started with filming so much lower. While you have your camera up and going, also capture 1 million headshots if you plan to use them in your thumbnails. I like to brand my thumbnails. They all look a little bit different, but one thing that's in common is all of them have my face. So every time that I'm filming, I am making faces to the camera and taking all of these screenshots and uploading them into a big drive. It is the cringiest thing that I do, but it's important and it's easier to do while filming in a batch than getting all ready and doing it independently. And then finally, publishing. So editing, creating a thumbnail, and then the upload defaults for YouTube. If you can get an editor, do it. Do it from the beginning. One of the competitive advantages with having a full-time job while doing YouTube is that you can probably afford, more so than someone that is like just trying to earn as a creator and support themselves as a new creator, to hire an editor. Trust me, the time it is going to save you, and having someone that is an expert at doing it, it's going to be better videos, and your time is worth more than the 6 hours you will put into editing when someone could do it better than you, and then you don't have to think about it. So we're optimizing for time here. Hire an editor. I use Upwork. I've had the same editor for the entire year at this point. And then Frame.io is a free tool. You upload your video. This is a great hack. And you just add like timestamps as you go with what you want added or removed in by the editor. So they just go on this, they see the timestamps, they make the changes, they send me the final version, and it's completely ready to go. I also send my script over in case they need clarification on what's supposed to be happening in the video. I pay over Wise, which was formerly TransferWise, and you can send payments all over the world with it. As for thumbnails, I now have a thumbnail designer. I go in Canva and I hack together some awful image. This one was like, oh, I want to show people being manipulated at the airport. So I just like threw this on there. I send my thumbnail guy the ongoing drive that I have of all of these headshots, and then he puts something together for me. And then in terms of uploading things like tags, description, I have defaults that are in place. You can set this on YouTube, so you're not having to do it each time. It makes it extremely easy. And then things like tags and description as well, they don't matter that much. We are just focusing on getting a video out. YouTube has come out and said, tags do not matter. Even your description does not matter, because it is so smart with being able to pick up just the things that you're saying to be able to know what the video is about and promote that to the correct audience. So this is a quick recap. I won't run through these, but feel free to take a screenshot, or again, you will get this video after. Okay, making money. I have so many mixed feelings about this. When I stopped doing all the things, I stopped focusing on trying to make money at the beginning, because again, we are working jobs. We do not necessarily need what is going to be a very low ROI for the most part, a very low return on your investment of the time it takes to negotiate sponsorships and how it can hurt your channel in terms of trust as well. So I will talk to you now about monetization and all of the other distractions that will come up, because there's a million things you can do. I was Pinterest marketing. I was growing an Instagram at the same time, because you need to go multi-platform. I was doing affiliate links. I started a Patreon page. Patreon is where you can go off of the YouTube platform and support the creators that you like. You basically pay like a monthly subscription and get some sort of perks from it. I was on Patreon and I was providing one bonus video a month to my patrons that wasn't going on YouTube. That means there was one video that wasn't growing my audience on YouTube, that wasn't being monetized by AdSense, that wasn't potentially going viral and growing my channel and showing the YouTube algorithm that I'm a consistent creator. It was taking a Patreon link, was taking up a link in the description when I had higher value links that could have been in there. It was just such a distraction, even though I was earning a couple $100s a month from it. You need to realize the opportunity cost of trying to monetize too early. So yeah, there you go. I had barely enough time to create good content consistently, and I was negotiating sponsorships every other day. So this is about the long game. It's about growing a channel while you work, and that you don't necessarily need these small monetary wins at the expense of your growth. That being said, there are ways that you can monetize that are not going to hurt your growth, or that I think are worth the trade-off, even if it does a little bit. And I'll dive into the 3 ways that I've been able to do that this year, even when the channel was much smaller, less than 20,000 subscribers earlier this year, around 10,000. YouTube AdSense. So of the money I earned this year, $40,000 came from YouTube AdSense, which is the built-in monetization feature of YouTube. And one of the reasons why I think this is the best platform that you can be on. Playback CPM, it's cost per mil. So every 1,000 people that see an advertisement, I will earn $12.87. And then my actual rate, because watch time is about 50%, so it's around half of that. Per 1,000 video views, I earn around $6.28. So AdSense is not like a reliable income source until you start getting a lot of views, but it is something that you can start earning from as soon as you hit 400 hours of watch time and a minimum of 1,000 subscribers. And 2/3 of you are already past that point. So you likely have YouTube AdSense already enabled. And if you don't, definitely enable it. I also have my settings where I have non-skippable videos. And then also I have mid-roll ads playing as well. You can only have mid-roll if the video is 8 minutes or longer. So it wasn't that relevant for me this year, but I've activated mid-roll on all of my old videos and I'm still earning from them. I was nervous to put mid-roll ads and to put non-skippable video ads, but my views were not affected and my income like doubled just overnight because I was having more ads. The more ads you have, the more people see them, the more money you're going to make. Sponsorships. When you are a small YouTuber, you will still start getting your inbox flooded with all of these offers for sponsorship. And what I found myself doing was like, oh, this is like a shiny object and this company and this one, and I feel so cool. They want to work with me. This is a business, you know? And I would find myself speaking with these knockoff Chinese companies for silk pillowcases, negotiating whether they were going to pay me $200 or $225 for a call out on the YouTube channel. It was a lot of wasted time and energy. I definitely undervalued, even when you have 5,000 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, the trust that you've built with them. Like, this advertiser is not paying for a 30-second shout out. They are paying for all of the trust and the platform that you have built your audience. I wasn't putting future value into play. It hurt my watch time. Like, you see what happened just with one sponsorship now. So this was happening with videos in the very beginning when I couldn't afford to be losing those views. And then it damages trust because you're putting your name and risking your integrity behind things that you don't necessarily believe in. So it was 100% not worth it. But by mid-2022, I changed my strategy because I did want to take part in some of the sponsorships. It was with big companies, ones that I'd been using for years. And I just put these ruthless rules in place. And I really recommend, if you do want to do sponsorships, you create your own rules as well. Know your worth and communicate your unique selling points. My channel is an educational channel with how-to content. People come onto my channel to learn from me and to get my advice. That makes it very, very powerful in comparison to a lifestyle channel, for example. And the links in my description get a ton of clicks. And when I call them out and recommend, it converts. things sell well. So I put together a media kit and a standard email that I would send out to all sponsors. So I wasn't recreating the wheel again each time. I put my rates on this media kit in like a ridiculous high amount because I thought this is only going to be worth my time if I'm getting this much, because this is taking away from me just filming videos. The amazing thing is that those high rates and holding steady with little negotiation, it worked. I also put a rule in place that I would only work with repeat sponsors. So they didn't have to lock in for 3 videos at a time at the very beginning and pay up front. But if they got the results from the first video, it was an obligation that they were doing another video. They were okay with this, and the sponsors, because I'm professional and was only dealing with 1 maximum a month, were always coming back. So now I work with 3 to 5 sponsors on a repeat basis, and it also gives me predictable income going into 2023. I upsell, I cross-sell, and I have to make sure that I like it and that it's a fit. As of mid-2022 to now, I've made about $35,000 just from sponsors that I believe in and I'm excited and naturally share anyway. But really put those guidelines and know your value and don't be desperate. Be so okay to walk away from it. Affiliates. This is the last one. We're just about done. When it comes to affiliates, this is where a company is going to give you a link and you can promote their service. And then when someone clicks on your link and they buy the product, you get a cut of that purchase price. My mistake at the beginning was legitimately Googling, this is years ago, but I continued up until 2022, highest paid affiliate programs. And then I got links for all of those. I've signed up to every affiliate program. I didn't track them or anything. And my description looked like this massive block of text with a gazillion different calls to action and no strategy to it. There was no focus. A lot of them weren't relevant to my audience. Some of them it was a stretch, like, oh, this web hosting. Well, it's kind of relevant because some people are travelers and want to start a business, whatever, however I justified it, but it didn't work. And I wasn't making any money from affiliates, or at least it was very little. And again, I'm compromising my integrity with what I'm promoting and what I'm putting my name behind. As of mid-2022, I completely changed the strategy. And so far I've earned in the last 6 to 8 months, about $30,000 from affiliates alone on this YouTube channel. What I did is I swapped out any affiliate links for bit.ly links, which is where you can track and I can track personally. So I can see how many people are clicking on the particular links, which I can also use as data when I'm negotiating my sponsorships. I also will test and swap different links. This is another way to product test, like to see what my audience is interested in case I ever do decide to launch products or different services as well. And then I also make sure that there's only 3 links in a video at a maximum. I use data-driven negotiation because of those trackable links to negotiate higher rates and good terms. Everything is negotiable. Affiliate programs are not set. The same way you can negotiate sponsorships, you can, for the most part, or for many of them, negotiate higher rates if you just ask for it, if you know to ask for it and you show the value that you can provide. Speaking of high rates, so one of the ones that I've been promoting for ever since I joined SafetyWing, over 3 years at this point, was SafetyWing through the ambassador program. So what SafetyWing has is Nomad Insurance, which is a recurring subscription travel insurance. I've earned hundreds of dollars a month from the Nomad Insurance ambassador program over the last few years. It's been very consistent and it has good terms because it is a subscription basis. So you don't just earn the first time someone buys it. If someone bought Nomad Insurance 6 months ago and they're still traveling with it, every single month I'm earning from them again. It's also an easy sell, which is something I focus on for affiliate programs because Nomad Insurance takes 1 minute to sign up for, and it's like $1.50 per day. So it's really easy to sell. It's recurring. I also do strategic call outs with my affiliate links as well. So for Nomad Insurance in particular, I won't talk about the name, but I will talk about a great claims experience I had and how my travel insurance costs me less than $1.50 every day to use it. And then I will just say link down in the description. I'll usually try to throw in a piece of curiosity as well. So with Nomad Insurance, I'd probably say, that's Ollie in the back there. With Nomad Insurance, I would say something like, and on their website, they have these strange Back to the Future bird mascots, but anyway, it's just kind of weird. Moving on, I'd say something like that, that just gets someone to be curious, where maybe they weren't going to go for the travel insurance, but now they're like, I want to see this weird bird she's talking about, and they would click on it. Anyone can join the ambassador program and earn that 10% of the travel insurance sales that are made. So I believe Sam is going to leave the link if you do want to join in the chat for you as well. The sign up is really easy and there's no obligation. You just get a link and you can earn from it, even if you just tell friends, hey, you're traveling, try this insurance. It's incredibly inexpensive and I've had a great experience actually using it too. Okay. And this is the summary. We are in the very home stretch here. I will not go over all of this. Definitely just focus on creating a schedule for yourself. You can do this. Batch the work. Don't take it so seriously, and then hold yourself accountable. Whether that's just crossing off on a calendar every time you post and you stick to it, or it's having a friend, or it's joining something like a YouTube mastermind, find a way to consistently post a video. It doesn't even need to be every week to start with. Every week is ideal, or more frequently is even better. But if you can even do bi-weekly, twice a month on a Saturday, you post a video and you stick to it, that is what is going to grow your channel in 2023 and beyond. If you think back to that chart that I showed you at the beginning of 2022 to when I just started posting a video and stopped doing video optimization, doing anything else, and the channel just skyrocketed. And with that, my income skyrocketed too. Do not go after these short-term wins. It is not worth your time in terms of the monetization. But do start tracking affiliate links and definitely enable AdSense as soon as you can. Whew, okay. If you're still with me here, that brings us to the question and answer section. I have a QR code as well for the 2023 YouTube Mastermind. We'll be meeting once a week as of January. It is going to be by application, just because anyone that is in the group, it needs to be committed. A mastermind is only as good as the other participants sharing information. So definitely check that out. If you are interested in getting the rest of the details on it, just submit your email and I will send you an email in the next few weeks with how you can get involved.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Megan. So much wisdom. I know lots of people were saying, wow, this is a great hack. I never even thought about it this way. So I have a couple questions for you that we have time for now. The first question is, you mentioned YouTube Shorts. You kind of just touched on that briefly, but can we go into that in a bit more detail in terms of how are you planning your YouTube Shorts from a full video length, hook, any general tips?
Yeah, definitely. So YouTube Shorts was not something that I was at all interested in earlier this year, even though it was getting hype, because they were mixing the YouTube short videos and the long form videos all in one page under videos on your YouTube profile. But with YouTube, it shows people content that they usually watch. So if someone always watches a 6-minute video, they're not necessarily going to be seeing in their browse feature a 15-second short, because it's not the content they consume. So it wasn't doing well. A massive change YouTube made about a month ago is that they separated videos and shorts from each other. So now you can grow your shorts independent of your long form content. And this is a huge opportunity because it can reach a new audience without impacting your existing audience. So what I actually did originally was, there's many companies out there that you can pay a flat fee per month and they will go through your content and they will repurpose it into shorts and create smaller ones. So I paid maybe $300 a month to get 30 videos, so a video every day that was repurposed content. And I wasn't overly happy with it. Speaking with other YouTubers as well, they were continuously saying that, yes, you can repurpose, it's fine, but original content is what people want to watch, especially for how-to content like mine, right? Like when you think of shorts, it's, you know, TikTok and dancing and things like this. It's not necessarily a how-to long video, just shortened. So what I started doing was filming that original content. So now every single time that I'm going to start filming a video, I will script out the short. It's going to be only 30 seconds long. It could be not necessarily a summary of the whole video, but of different sections, like this one hack to blah, blah, blah. Because in my videos, there's many hacks that go through each one. I'll film that original content, and then I will send that off to my editor. And with each video, I'll have at least 3. So the goal I have right now is posting 3 of them every single week with the content that I already have, but still filming original. This also, there was, I had a really unique opportunity about a month ago to spend some time with a few friends and the massive YouTuber, Ali Abdal, on an island. We were on Lombok for a few days after a gathering we had with SafetyWing, and he has been to all of these different YouTube conferences through the year. And right now his focus for the end of this month is Project Blow Up on Shorts. He thought, and all of his analysts think, that this is a huge, huge opportunity and is doing it as well. So it's not that much extra work if you're already filming the video. I think it is extremely worth it. And YouTube always pushes new features, and they're monetizing this one as of February. I don't know the details on how they will monetize it, but it's just going to be so ingrained and built in with the platform. And if you can start building your library now, it's going to benefit you. I believe that. I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong.
Don't quote me, but this is my prediction. No, I think that's great. And it's cool that you had that insight from other YouTube creators. And it seems like you're also collecting industry knowledge by going to these events themselves. So you actually can share your own results and what's working for you, but it sounds like you've also been talking to other experts or content creators. So really good advice, Megan. Okay, what about other social media platforms? Like I know you said at the beginning, you were doing Pinterest, you're doing that, you're doing this. I mean, I just followed you on Instagram this week, so I was promoting this event. So I see you're on Instagram. Like, are you promoting your content on these other platforms? Are you optimizing your videos for other platforms? Or are you just all in on YouTube? Talk to us about that.
I used to feel like I needed to be on everything. And that's, so my Instagram, I'm on Instagram. I think I've posted, I don't know, like 5 posts this year, maybe. And then I promoted this webinar. My following though is around 6,000 or 7,000 there from when I was trying to build it up in the past. No, if you want to grow on YouTube, just focus on YouTube. There's so much advice. It takes a platform to grow a platform and blah, blah, blah. If you enjoy it, do it. I didn't enjoy it. I felt like it was taking away from the day-to-day of my travels. It was an extra thing I had to think about. I would spend way too much time doing it because I have these perfectionist tendencies that I didn't get past with Instagram. So for me, it wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy it. And it was taking away the time and the creative energy that I had for YouTube. So no, I don't think you need to be on anything else. If your objective is YouTube growth, grow on YouTube first. Think about the others. With these shorts, they can now be very easily repurposed to other platforms as well. So if you want to start like a Reels channel on Instagram and just post it with no extra work, maybe something like that, but create consistently.
Nice. You talked a little bit about that 1,000 like benchmark, right? I think that's what you said. We need to have 1,000 subscribers before we would qualify for AdSense. Are you comfortable sharing how long that took you to get? I know you talked a lot about how you really blew up in 2022, but were you already over the 1,000 subscribers and stuff before then?
Yes. So this is something else that's very cool with YouTube, is that all it takes is one video to completely change your life and your audience. I mean, this one didn't change my life, but I had one video, maybe 5 videos in, that went viral. Viral in the sense that now it has over 1 million views, but it was 50 airport and airplane hacks. It is like extremely cringy to look at now. When I see it, I'm sitting on my mother's bed and I'm like, okay, I was like so nervous out of my mind to post this video. And anyway, that one got picked up by the algorithm. It got its 250,000 within, I think, a month of having it posted. And that grew my audience and brought me to, I think, 5,000 subscribers, almost all from that video. It's also brought me tens of thousands of dollars over the lifetime of that video's existence because people are still watching it. So for me, it just took a few months because I had this one video. If I didn't have this video, none of my other ones in my first few years really took off. So I think it would have taken so much longer. But again, create consistently, because you don't know what is going to get picked up and what is going to perform very well. And that can transform your channel overnight.
Now that you have access to all the data for that video, do you now know why that one was a success and like any learnings from that? Or does it kind of just feel like you don't know what the algorithm's going to pick up?
No, I think I know. And it actually has influenced a lot of the content that I do now. When I talk about subscribers per video, that one has brought so many subscribers, even though it's a general topic, airplane and airport hacks. This can go to anyone that travels could watch this. But what I did is I kept the introduction short and I went straight into the content and just listed things off. And I didn't add any fluff. And I didn't say like, oh, you should subscribe if you want more, blah, blah, blah. And because something they say is that you should call out that people should subscribe in the first minute of your content or something, so that people know to do it before they click off the video. But if they're going to click off the video anyway, like, why would they subscribe to you? So this is just wasted time, wasted space. And these were gaps and things that I was able to see when I went through my analytics. So with that one, the retention is fantastic the whole way through, because it's kind of like with this presentation, I just do tip, 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 done. That's what the audience is there for.
Nice. Okay. Good to know. Does your mom know that you took that video on her bed now? That's had a million views.
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay, your thumbnails. What I definitely noticed from your thumbnails is you convey a lot of emotion in your face and in your look of those. Is that a strategy? Is that natural? I have a question here about thumbnails in terms of like how important those are and any tips. This person, Dane, feels that that might be their weak spot in terms of growth, is their actual thumbnails.
Okay, in terms of importance, this was the fourth metric I would love to put on there, was click-through rate. So if your thumbnail sucks, no one is clicking on the video, and it doesn't matter if your content is any good. Your thumbnail also plays in with the title, right? So you don't necessarily need to repeat your title on the thumbnail because they are shown together. So you need a searchable title, and then your thumbnail can be like the shocking, the curiosity invoker. I haven't hacked thumbnails. They're very difficult to do. With the emotion, you look at the biggest YouTubers in the world, like Mr. Beast. I mean, if it's not something emotional or something that's of interest or has you like, what are they looking at? Or what is the number one mistake or whatever it is, what is the reason to click on it? So if you see a picture and you wouldn't click on it, no one else is going to either. In terms of actually creating them, even if you just go on Upwork or Fiverr and you can come up with a clickable concept for your video, and then describe that to someone that does create thumbnails, they can make something for you. You can do this for less than $5 a thumbnail and just start testing those. So that's what I would recommend you do if you can. Something though that's interesting is that YouTube is talking about removing thumbnails as of 2023. They're already testing this with their shorts. So you may upload a thumbnail for your short, but then it's not actually shown to the audience. And I remember being like, why is this cover being shown and not the one I uploaded? And I looked into it, and they're testing this now, where videos will just start auto playing as opposed to having static thumbnails for people to look at. So if this is your downfall now, I mean, work on it, you still need them, but there's a very good chance that you will not need them in the future. Something that YouTube has seen, it keeps people on the platform when things autoplay. So that's the direction that it looks like we're going.
Amazing. Great insight. Okay, I think I'm going to squeeze one more question in. I see a couple more, but maybe you have to join the YouTube mastermind where you can pick Megan's brain for an entire year and other content creators. So I think a really good one to just acknowledge is hacking. I know Instagram, it seems like accounts are getting hacked left, right, and center. Is this a thing in YouTube? Is this something that you're worried about? Iris in particular feels like the more their channel grows, the more they're worrying about their channel getting hacked. What can you say about this?
Have a good password. Don't share your password with anyone. It should be connected to your Google account. Passwords, I mean, there's a lot of research on what makes a good password. It's usually like a long phrase of some kind. It has up letters, down letters. I don't know. You can Google this. This is not something I have ever thought about or worried about. That's a terrifying thing to think about. But I just feel like there's bigger fish to fry here. If you're posting a video every single week and you're doing literally all the things, maybe this can keep you up at night. But right now, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't hear about this happening. I'm in touch with creators every day. I don't hear about it happening with them. So have a good password. And my fingers are crossed that you never go through something like that.
Mine are too. Thank you so much, Megan. So much wisdom. We really appreciate everything. And for those who are still on the call, you know, we've recorded this. We'll be sending you out the replay, as well as some details about a $100 content creator bonus. So definitely look out for that. And if you're not already an affiliate, I believe that link was shared there. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you, Sam. And thank you all for joining us. I know this is the craziest time of year. So the fact that you made time today really means a lot. And I wish you all the best in 2023, growing your channels. Hopefully I'll see you in the mastermind. And then, yeah, feel free to reach out anytime. Happy holidays.
Bye.
Okay, bye.